the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hey there you guys, I'm the Brandon Campbell 12 YouTube channel, playing for comic book anime reviews. This is my review for Yasuke Season 1 by LaShawn Thomas and Netflix. So this is a Netflix series that deals with a real-life black samurai known as Yasuke. As I said, it's by LaShawn Thomas, who also did Cannon Busters. So looking at what I felt about Cannon Busters, it was a good series. Looking back at it, I don't think it was the perfect series. I think it did a lot of things right. I think the characterization was really good in that series. Story structure-wise, it had its problems, though, I do feel like. Music was really good in that series. The opening and ending were great. I did enjoy a lot of the character and story stuff in that little story, though. Getting into this, though, I do have to talk a little bit about this in kind of the positives and negatives of this series. Overall, I do enjoy Yasuke, though. I think it's a good, solid series. But it definitely has its structural problem. I think from after seeing this and Cannon Busters, it's very clear to me that LaShawn Thomas loves anime and he loves anime tropes. Which is actually to me, like, I love anime tropes as well. It's a tried and true method of storytelling in Japanese animation. I do think that LaShawn Thomas kind of goes way too into a lot of these anime tropes, though. With the giant robot and the demons and all those things. Those are all good. They're really well done. But I remember when I saw the official trailer for this, like the teaser trailer was great. The teaser trailer was really good for this. The official trailer kind of disappointed me a little bit, though. Because when you get the actual story, I don't think the actual story is all that great. It's pretty generic, if I should say. It follows Yasuke meeting this girl named Saki and basically helping her find this doctor who ends up having powers similar to her and who could help her like heal from this whole because Saki also had these really weird abilities of like moving stuff in her mind, things like that. And this show really delves into Saki's character a lot. I will say, though, it never loses sight of Yasuke's character, which is one thing I do like about it. Even as Saki grows into like this main character status, I think Yasuke also develops very well as well into his own status. He's a very strong, very resilient character throughout this, and I think his arc is still pretty solid. They never lose sight of him being the main character. It just near the end, they kind of become... It kind of goes into with Saki as well. The series kind of breaks itself up into like three episodes, because only 6 episodes in total. The first episodes are, I think, actually the strongest part of the series. I actually think that was like the best part. Like that was the part where I was most engaged with the story in. I thought like the action was really good. I felt like the issue was very contained and it felt very insular and small. And I really enjoyed how insular and small it felt. It dealt with a priest. It dealt with some bad guys who were mercenaries. And I thought all of that in this series worked really, really well in telling this story and getting that through. And of course, not losing the focus on Yasuke also helped as well. But in those first episodes, we also get like flashes of Yasuke's backstory, which I do agree with most people in that probably should have been the focus of the series was Yasuke's backstory. Instead of everything else that kind of throws into you. I think having demons and stuff could have still worked with the series. I think, and maybe even some robots as well, but I think ultimately it should have probably focused more on Yasuke's backstory over everything else it kind of deals with instead of Yasuke's backstory. But overall, I do think it's a good series. It loses itself in the last 3 episodes, though. And one thing I'm not a big fan, I hate this in all anime movies. Anime movies do a lot. I hate it also in a lot of action movies as well, where you get like a big CGI fight. I hate it when things end in a giant CGI fight. And this definitely does that, and it really indulges in the CGI fights quite a bit, and it's probably one of my least favorite things about the show. Hoping something they can strengthen going forward in the next few seasons. I'm not so sure if this one will be able to do what Cannon Buster should be able to do, though. Because with Cannon Buster, I could see a world where that whole thing could really be fleshed out more in coming seasons. I don't know if there's a way of doing that with Yasuke. I don't know if there's a way of looking of twisting this series around like you could with Cannon Busters. Overall, I think Cannon Buster is actually a much better series, if I'm being honest. Which is weird. I never thought I would say that with Yasuke. I thought Yasuke would kind of grow as a creator, and like this will be like the better series. It's not. It's still a good series, but I think Cannon was actually was better structured, and I think part of that it didn't have. It was his own story. It wasn't him taking a real character and kind of like molding it into this fictional universe. I think that kind of was his biggest weakness. Should have like grounded the story a little bit more instead of making it this big thing. But overall, I'm still interested in seeing what happens in this next season of Yasuke. If there is another season of Yasuke, maybe we'll get more episodes that could also help the structure and pacing of the show, and what happens with the series going forward. So there was on Yasuke season 1. Let me know what y'all thought about Yasuke, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.